Well, good morning, and good afternoon. We are officially live right now, and I want to make sure that everyone can hear us not only in the clubhouse, we're also live on Facebook as well as on the YouTube. And please, I just want to make sure that I hope everyone can hear me. Thank you so very much, Glendina, for that warm introduction. If you all can hear me live in the clubhouse, flash your mics. If you also go to the link up at the top, we're on YouTube as well as on Facebook. Please, if you guys can hear us crystal clear, we want to make sure that everyone can hear us. Let's go ahead on because we have a special edition this afternoon. So excited to be here with you all from the not only with the Breakfast with Champions, but as the one and only This Is Our Music podcast. We're excited because we're going to be bringing up an incredible, phenomenal icon. Now, can everyone hear me in the clubhouse? Please put some flashing hearts up if you can. If you can hear us live on Instagram, I see individuals are coming onto the YouTube channel. Wonderful, guys. Well, today is a special edition, and we're so excited that we have the opportunity of not only bringing to the center stage a phenomenal icon that has just truly helped to transform our lives. How many of you guys want to be transformed? How many of you guys are just in that season right now that transformation to me is like the king and the queen of our journey? Well, with our incredible guest that we have today, not only we're so grateful to have her in our lives, she's brought about so much change in so many other people's lives as well. We're gracious to have the one and the only Marie Diamond with us. She is truly the Feng Shui queen of all energy. I would say that the energy queen as well. So without further ado, Marie Diamond. And how are you doing, beautiful?
Oh, thank you so much, Renee, for having me here with all you beautiful people. I'm so excited to be here.
Oh my goodness.
Well,
it's like been
a full year
since we've been
knowing each other.
Thanks to
Dr. Adam.
And
now here we are meeting face to face. We look forward to meeting you live as well.
I am too. It's coming up very soon.
Now I have
to tell you, I've done something a little different. We've been able to embrace the energy of you
this
past week.
You've inspired me to
take off my glasses. I just want you to know.
And you've inspired
us to totally redefine our new energy.
And so
we're going to get into it. Everybody's looking forward to hearing this wonderful interview.
And
what I'm probably going to do as I'm speaking, I'm going to mute my mic. When you're speaking, I'm going to have you can do your mic as well. We have a little bit of feedback, and we don't want that. Okay.
Okay.
And then later
on, what we're going to do, we're going to have some other sets of questions from you.
And
right now we're live at the Breakfast with Champions, and we're so excited. Right now,
we have the
renowned
Marie
Diamond in the house. Feng Shui. So how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling great. Yes, all is well. It's a sunny day in Los Angeles, and I'm always excited to educate people and help their life to be formed. And so, yeah, I'm feeling super.
Now we understand
that you have transformed over 5 million people's lives through this whole Feng Shui space.
And I want
to say congratulations to you.
Now I heard
something in regard to you were able to connect with this energy,
even as a
young girl.
Kind of give us the
insight
of how
you were able to come into space.
Well, thank you for asking. So yes, as you know, I've been more than 500 million people. So for me, as a child, I just could see energy. Like I could see people's energy field around them. I could see colors around them. I could see if they changed their mood and their emotions, that the colors changed. Of course, I had no idea that later on people would call that an aura field. or an energy field. I could see like these energies in their body, like when people would be sick, I would tell my mom this is going on. So it was just like I had this ability. Now, it's interesting enough was that before I was born, my father lived in Canada, and we are Catholic raised family. And the priest told my father that he had to move back to Belgium. He was what we would call a more clairvoyant priest. He was helping a lot of politicians actually to support them with their spiritual life. And so he told my father that he would have another child and that I would see energy and I would be clairvoyant, but that was a gift from God, that they did not have to be afraid of that. And so thank God for that message, because when I was younger and I would tell all these things, my father and mother would totally know it was like a message from God through me. And so that was like really the vibration that changed my life. So, but for me, it was also looking at people's houses. I would see like I would compare as a child, like seeing the sunshine in a house or seeing there were clouds in the house. It was like I just could feel and see the vibration. And of course, that was always part of my life. I was also a super good student. So it was like a very analytical, but also very intuitive at the same time. And that all changed really, even challenged myself when I was 15 and I had a near-death experience. So I was run over by a truck and I really left my body. I was declared dead and I went to the other side. And there I was welcomed by beautiful beings of light, if you would call it angels. And it was told to me I had to go back to reach and enlighten more than 500 million people. Now, of course, when I came back in my body, I was sick. I was definitely in a bad place. It took me years to recover.
I'm gonna mute.
I'm gonna mute.
I'm gonna
I'm gonna unmute, and then you
while
can
I'm
mute
speaking, Maria, because they said
I'm
there's a little
speaking,
bit of
Maria, because they said
echo.
there's a little bit of echo.
I'm so grateful that not only you have been able to, it's like that outer body experience is what you're speaking of. That's what you had. And, a lot of people don't even understand the importance of going through some of those shocking moments in order for you to find your true purpose. I want to say this. Thank you for your courage. Thank you for finding your voice. And truly, thank you for finding your way. As you have just been able to carve out, so many people like, her story is just about the resilience and also the brilliance in just capturing those moments as well. When you think about you finding your purpose, a lot of people struggle with that. They really, really struggle with finding their purpose. And I want you to share with us, has it been easy? I know you share with us with the accident, but then, just going through understanding that you are the master of genius and energy. Overcoming those moments, how has it been for you? And now you're walking into your greatness and you're just bringing so much other great energy for other people. Share that with us, please.
Of course. So, of course, when I received that message, that was ultimately my purpose. The only thing I could do was starting praying every morning to God and saying, look, I am here to enlighten more than 500 million people. That's what your message was. But can you show me how? Because sometimes, we don't know. And if you don't know your purpose, I always say to people, ask for clarity. Don't ask the questions, pray for it, meditate on it, talk to God, or whatever that is for you. So as you were starting to have this conversation, that's what I did. I was like, show me how. So for me, at that time, I was in the church, living in the Catholic world. For me, it was like looking if I could support the sick people in my community, if I could become a leader for the youth. So I was looking in my own way, helping out in my school. So looking for I would say, ways to contribute to humanity. Yeah. And at 18, then I decided to become a lawyer. And so, because I thought, like, if I become a lawyer, become a diplomat, I could help the government, I could help organizations. So I had no idea I would ever work with feng shui in that sense, or with energy, or becoming a public speaker, or, writing books. I had no idea, because at that time it was not unveiled to me yet, right? So because sometimes we want to know our purpose, and we want to know right away what can we do with it. But it's sometimes a journey. And so I always had a lot of faith in my journey. And a lot of people sometimes are hesitating too much or doubting themselves too much about their purpose. And so even if you don't know your purpose, just trust and have faith that it will be unfolded and it will be revealed to you. Because I had no idea the how. I knew the why, but I did not know the how, right? So every day as I was praying and asking for it, something would show up in my life. Like, oh, I could help this person. I didn't know if it would be 500 million people, but I thought that if I make a change and I help somebody, one person every day, I even calculated if I would turn 90, how much people I would impact if I would change everybody every day, one person. So it was just like, it's continuing, it's starting to be in the flow of your experience. And of course, was it always clear? No, it was not. And so I started knowing about feng shui after my accident, because I had a spiritual mentor that told me I had some problems with feng shui and I should change some things in my environment. So that was the first step I got from it. I had no clue that later on I would reach 2 million people, online with my course. And I would be in the secret. I had no ability to see how my purpose would unfold, because if I would know at that moment, I'm sure I would have been scared to death. I was like, what? That is too much for me, right? I had to grow into my purpose. And I think that's a lot of people want to know right away the final way how it's going to be. They want to know all the details. But I'm telling you, you're sometimes just not ready for it. I'm sure, Renee, you were not ready so many years ago when you had a big vision for your life, that all what would unfold in your life. We have to be open and listening to our intuition and seeing what life brings us.
You are so correct, Marie. I was not only, I was nervous. I was quiet. Many people don't even realize that I was shy growing up. I was shy. I didn't have my voice or anything like that. And it took me some time to even just define who I was. And I'll say this, it wasn't until I was like 28, almost 30 years of age, until I really came into the person that I knew I needed to become. And every day, like you said, it's that process, it's that journey. You just really have to keep working on it. But I'll say this, Marie, you have made us rededicate ourselves to ourselves. Last week, we had an incredible awakening. Every day you poured into us, and you had us redefining our homes. We were decluttering. We started going buying gold to put some accent in the home. And I remember this so eloquently. One of our warriors with the GW3, her name is Natasha Murphy. She's one of our thrivers. She's survivor of breast cancer. She was in her like a cubby at work. She said, I'm immediately changing how I walk into that space so I can have some openness. And oh my goodness, we have just totally, it's just you've been giving us a life last week. And I mean, look at this week. If I turn the camera around, which I will, I'll show you the beautiful view that's in front of me, because it's beautiful sky, blue water, and sand. And I'll say this, I'm inspired by you every day. So share with us, why is it so important, not only for us to just trust the process in our journey, but also having a space that's around us to support and promote an environment that's going to give us with more clarity? Why is that so important, Marie?
Feng Shui is that there are three ways how we can manifest our lives. The first one is what I would call the spiritual connection from manifestation. And that's when we are praying, when we are connecting with God, with the universe, and we are living from our higher self. Yeah. And we're listening to our intuition. So that is a way we can manifest when we pray, when we ask God, the universe, to unfold the journey for us. So that's, of course, something we need to keep doing. The second part is it's more the human part of the manifestation. And that is by, for example, what we talk about in Secret, we talk about in self-help, is to have the right mindset, to have a positive mindset, to have a positive attitude with gratitude, right? But also to make sure we take actions. Yeah. So every day we're using our humanness and move forward in what we want to create and follow our goals. The third part is that we have our environment. So that's why we call the earth manifestation. So it's not just using your mindset, not just using your connection with your higher being, but also the environment around you. And now for thousands of years, the Chinese masters of energy have started understanding there's something called qi. It's called energy, flow of it. And so they started practicing it for the body by using acupuncture, Tai Chi, Qigong, Chinese medicines. So they start looking that sometimes if we have more good flow of energy, that we feel better. So they also looked at how the environment is creating energy. So you all know that if you have cleaned up your houses, you feel like, oh, it feels so good and so fresh. Or you go to a place and you feel like the vibe is off, like something is off. I don't know, I don't like the area. You don't go back there because there's something wrong with the energy. And then other areas, you're like, oh my God, it's so lovely. I want to keep hanging out there for a long time. So we feel in with our physical body, who's an energy field. We can tune into the energy fields around us. And so your home is, first of all, the energy field that you're living in, you're sleeping in, and you're sometimes also working in. And so if that energy field that is bigger than you, yeah, it's a bigger space, is not aligned with what you desire, is having the wrong colors, the wrong positioning, the wrong images around you, what it does, it actually creates for you a more difficult mindset. You will procrastinate more. You will feel like you are not able to take the actions you want. Your mood will be off. And so people feel that sometimes they go somewhere else and they feel so much better, and they come back to their home and they feel a little bit discouraged and depressed. So what if your home can really prepare that and align so you feel all the time great, to have a good mindset, and to connect in better with God?
Incredible, guys. Those are some important rituals that Marie have been able to pour in. I hope you guys have been taking copious notes, because let me share with you, just last week, we truly had more of manifesting the abundance. And I know that is something you speak so highly about. And then also, as you declutter and you remove things out of the way, you feel lighter, you have more energy, and you start attracting that energy that you desire. And I'll say this, just by being tuned in with you, your voice, it was like a healing for all of us, guys. You're going to hear some of the ladies is going to be joining us as well, who've been able to shift some great things in their lives, and now more things have been able to help provide them with openness. And that's what today was about. How can we, as we're in the 6 months before the end of the year, we have so much that's ahead of us, right? And I know your schedule is so tight. I'm just so grateful that you've been able to give us some of your time today. Share with us, when you think about the inspiration of, completing a thing. Like you said earlier, having the idea to complete what it is that we're doing. Sometimes we don't have all of the blueprint. We don't have all of the steps, but we just have to trust the process alongside the journey. And that's a wonderful way that you can evolve and really get to know yourself as well. Share with us, in just the space, like when you go into a room, I want you to give us this. When you have a conference, And here you are preparing your notes for your conference. I want to know, what are some of the things that you do that's a part of your ritual, even in preparing for a conference, whether you're invited to speak or you're attending? We would love to know that.
Yes. So, of course, so the first thing I always do when I come in any space, I always try to, first of all, declutter as much as I can. I always put away all everything that is dry, like dried flowers or anything that's broken. I put them in a closet because I don't want anything dried around me because then it's actually dead energy. So that's the first thing. Everything that is also spiky, so any spiky leaves, plants, I will put in the closet any place I'm going to because it creates disharmony. And then what I do, first of all, is I download my app, right? So I have my app and I have my energy number and my compass. So for me, that is my compass when you go to the free Mary Diamond app. And so I look in that room, wherever I am, what is my success direction? So your success direction is always indicated in blue. Now for mine, it's southwest. It can be east or north. And I look, first of all, what is in the success direction of mine. And I always have a book with me, right? So I'm just trying to get a book. Yeah. So I always have a book with me that's like my latest bestseller. And I always put that in my success direction. Now, if you don't have a book with you that you're inspired by, or you have a product of you, you could put your business cards. You could put even, I always have some index cards with me and I write my goals for the conference or write my goals for a meeting and I put it in my success direction. The second thing I always have with me is a picture of my family. And I always want to be in touch with my family. And I look, where is my relationship direction? So what do? You hold the compass in the center of the room. And I look, is where's my success direction? And I put something there. And if there's something there that is like not aligned with what my message is, take it away. For example, if there's a garbage bin there, I will take it away because I don't want garbage there, right? So, and then I look, where's my relationship directions indicated in pink. And so what I do is then I put a picture of my, and I put again index cards there with all the people I want to meet. Yeah. Or I put write down some goals of the people that I'm going to speak for. Right. So I just put that out there. And then I always make sure that I try when I work in that space, if it is there's a table or there's a sofa, that I would try to look at one of my good directions. So I always check first if I can see the door, because if you're in a power position, seeing the door right now as I'm speaking, it's right there. So when you see the door, you actually are more in a power position and you will do better with whatever you're trying to accomplish. And then I also try to face one of my 4 directions. Empty directions, that's not good directions for you. Don't face that because you'll be more in fear, you'll be more procrastinating, you will have a harder time manifesting. So I always face one of the good directions. So even in my office here, I'm facing the door. I see the door, and I face my wisdom direction. That is really good for sharing wisdom for me. So I put that there and I put myself in that direction and I go and prepare for myself. I go in meditation. I do some prayers. Like I face direction, and then my brain, interesting enough, will go into alpha brainwaves. The more alpha brainwaves you create, the more optimistic, the more joyful, the more happy your experience. And so then you're totally ready to move forward with what you do.
I truly just love what you just poured into us. Everybody, please put some hearts up in the chat. You know, not only the energy, but you know, I love what you said. Even before you go into space, you remove the dead flowers. I'm gonna tell you a quick story. My mother used to keep dead flowers, Marie. It was like as people give her flowers, she wouldn't want to throw them away. And I'm like, Mom, why are you still holding on to those flowers? And you know what? You're right. It literally zap the energy out of the space. It removed the energy out of the room. Everyone knows I love plants. I absolutely love plants. And plants do give you so much life and energy. I love the fact that before you even speak, you got to make sure that the energy is in alignment for your energy. And guys, oh my goodness, I don't know about you, but I'm just getting so full right now of just these amazing tips. Now, I have a surprise for you. Are you ready for this, Marie? Because we're going to talk about, not only you have a great show that's lined up, that book right there, The Feng Shui Life, we're going to be reading that book within the community, if that's okay with you. Because one of the things we appreciate is not only how we show up, but really being able to have that connection even more so with the author. And I'll say this, one of our incredible leaders, she is not only a powerful player, she's one of our amazing veterans. Miss Shirley Baez is here with us. And then we also have an incredible queen that I know you're going to be very excited to see. Dr. Tangi Brewer is in the building as well.
Hi, hello, lovely
Oh
Marie
my
Diamond, the feng shui incredible queen,
Yes.
and then Renee Knorr. Great to see you too as well. Mwah.
Absolutely. Well, it's an honor to have you here, Dr. Tangi, alongside with Miss Shirley. Also, I know we have one more surprise that's joining us. But guys, you've been able to enjoy this incredible conversation, the amazing Marie Diamond. I just want you guys to ask her one question that's really been right deep in your heart. I know she talked about the colors, and we wanted to make sure, Marie, we wore one of your favorite colors as well, which just happened to be our favorite color as well, right, Shirley?
Absolutely. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for being here, Marie Diamond. This is I seen you on The Secret. And that was such a phenomenal and enlightening, movie. That's when I started my journey in really trying to manifest what it is that I want in my life and kind of just seeing beyond what I can achieve. And so thank you so much for being with us. So for me, like one of the questions that I would ask and this is for a lot of beginners who are starting their journey and kind of thinking in this ulterior way, like what are some of the beginners' principles that you can provide to someone who wants to start manifesting what they want?
Well, thank you so much for being here. And indeed, pink is definitely one of my favorite colors. I just have it's on the book, of course, right? So normally I wear something pink, but I just chose this color for today. So yeah, basic principles. I think first of all, people about what they want in the future. Yeah. And so, because they are basing themselves and living their life in the present moment based on the past. And so that's the first big shift I think people need to create. You say like, thank you for the past, whatever I learned in the past, it was something I can be grateful for. But also one of the things I feel like a lot of people cannot manifest the future because they're holding on to the pain from the past experiences. And so if they can start letting go of that, and by letting go, it means by forgiving yourself for having attracted these situations, by forgiving perhaps some people that have been co-creating with you these past experiences. That is a good start because a lot of people cannot just move forward to manifest. I had to start there too. I had to really forgive the situations that went wrong in my life, living in a very abusive family. I had to forgive that were there doing that to me, but I had to forgive myself that I held on to it. Because sometimes we cannot forgive yet what has been happening in the past, but we start forgiving what we've been holding on to.
Mm-hmm.
The second part is start writing down how you see your future, right? And always see the future unfold from now, right? Not from the past, but from now. Okay, this was the past. I'm here now, here and now. What do I want to accomplish for the future? And you need to write it down. And you need to write it down in a present tense, not like a fairy tale, like once upon a time, I will do this. No, say here and now, I am starting to create this life. Because if you start now, the universe will support you better in manifesting.
Oh my God, that is so
Oh my God, that is so.
Thank you.
Amazing, amazing information. Thanks, Maria, for pouring in. I hope that was able to answer your question, Shirley.
Absolutely.
Dr. Tangi, I know you have one of those amazing questions for our very own Marie Diamond. Pour in, why don't you, please?
Well, hello. So great to see you. I got to see Marie Diamond in California. She was in Beyond Physical Matter, and she was, of course, amazing. And we had the opportunity to stay long after in the little lobby of the hotel, and she poured into us so freely, and I was blown away. And I actually put some things into practice, Marie, that you said, and I've seen some dynamic changes. So thank you so much for your contribution to the world and all that you do. My question to you would be, in a home, I know for me, I am still looking at redesigning, redecorating the home, and I would like you to tell everyone how important pictures are in the home. I remember you speaking of someone in a bedroom that they were arguing sort of with their spouse, but they had a tiger up or something in the room, right? And it gave that energy. And so I would love for you to speak about how important it is, that the things that you have in your home, and maybe tell us some things that we should think about changing if we have those things in our home.
Of course, a wonderful question. Thanks so much. So lovely to see you again, by the way. So one of the things that we don't really get is that everything around us is affecting us subconsciously. Yeah. And I call that Your Home is a Vision Board. And that's actually my new book that's coming out in October. Your home is a vision board. And so we are just not aware that everything is affecting us. And especially what is affecting us is images. So if we look at athletes right now preparing for the Olympic Games, they know if they can visualize their game or their run, over and over again, that they're positively towards that. So, but just imagine that you are not running your game, but you're living your life, and your home is sending you messages all the time. And the message you send to your subconscious or the messages you put out in images. And so one of the first things I always check is the bedroom, because that is a place where we are really subconscious, because we're sleeping and we are not always in a conscious state, right? Like 8 hours, we are subconscious. And so whatever is there is really affecting you all the time. And so think about this couple, right? They couldn't have a good relationship because they literally had a tiger above their headboard. So I always say, just imagine if it's really there, how would you feel? Yeah. So having a tiger there, you wouldn't fall asleep. You would be like going in alert. You're going in fear, right? But if you have an image of a woman alone, right, that is there, and you have images of solitary, even animals or whatever it is, you're actually saying subconsciously, I give permission to stay alone. And so we need to become aware of that. This is giving you subconsciously all the time a message. Yeah. And so that is something you need to look at in your bedroom. You need to look at your office space, your workspace. What is there? Yeah. Like I have this couple, and they had their office together, and everything that was there was about the passion of the husband. And his passion was fishing. Right? So he had all this image of fishing hanging out, but that was not their business. Their business was accountancy. Yeah. So can you imagine, like, what are they saying? They're fishing for clients. So they literally were saying, like, we're fishing, we're trying to get new clients, and it's so hard because they were fishing so energetically. So I said, get all this fish out, right? And these are not your clients, the fish. This is how you treat your clients. You're fishing for them. So I asked them to put up their certificates. Like, tell is like your home, your office is your marketplace. Put out books that inspire you, put certificates, awards, whatever you have that tells you about your business. Yeah. Put it in your office. Like literally, I have my awards behind me, and then very soon I have another award coming up here, right? So, but I have my awards here, I have my books here. So I have even my files in my success direction is actually behind me, unfortunately. But that's okay. Whatever you have, but everything around me, when you look, you can't really see it. It's all about my business. Yeah. So everything that you have to think about, if it's in your bedroom, focus on romance. Yeah. In your living room, focus on your family, on your friends. In your office, focus on your work. So just shift that around so that your mind is ready to do exactly what you're supposed to be doing in that space.
Amazing.
You know, you're pouring into ladies from all across. Right now, we have Janet over there in Las Vegas. You have Dr. Tangi in Chicago. And then you have Shirley right there in Tampa, Florida. And I just want you to know we're global. Everyone that's in the Breakfast with Champions, they're like so excited in regards to the information that you're pouring in. I know we have time for one more pour in, Janet. And then after that, we know Maria's going to have to go in and continue on with her day. But Janet, we love for you to pour into also our very own Marie Diamond. And you already know, guys, we're looking forward to seeing Marie coming up December 13th in Atlanta, Georgia for 2024 Resurgence. So Janet Alvarado, pour in, please. And thank you for being here.
Thank you, Renee. Thank you for having Marie Diamond today and getting the opportunity, this great opportunity to ask you a question. Now, Marie Diamond, first of all, congratulations on your book and everything you've accomplished. MarieDiamond.com. I love your Diamond Feng Shui. I love that. But Marie, my question is towards families. What are some feng shui cures that families can implement to create a more peaceful environment when they're overwhelmed with family, children, and the day-to-day? What are some things that they can implement to create a more peaceful?
Well, thank you for this question. For me, that family is so important. I have 3 children myself. And so my children have grown to become amazing human beings because I've used feng shui, of course, in their spaces and so forth. The first thing I want you to focus on is the entrance, because as you come into the entrance, you need to welcome the whole family. So make sure you have a family picture, current family picture, not when you and the babies were like 10 years ago or something, like something current, always updated every year. Welcome your family as you come in, and not your extended family, the family that lives in your house, that is your children, right? So put that inside at your entrance. Make sure you declutter the entrance. Don't have shoes on the ground. Don't have coats hanging around that are like from winter and it's summer. Like just clean it up and put a beautiful orchid or something welcoming to your space. That's the first thing I would do. Now there are some colors you can work with to create more harmony in the space, especially in the living room. So in the living room, best colors for creating joy and happiness is actually the color peach or orange. Yeah. So you can put, for example, some peach and orange pillows. They work with most of the designs and the colors, and you have their gray or brown or black. Orange really loves anything to bind the energy together. They stand for joy and happiness and celebration. And people always tend to sit longer in living rooms where there's a lot of orange or peach. They have better conversations. Yeah. So it's one of the things I would love for you to play with. The second thing is look at where you are dining together. Yeah. So very important. Try to dine together once a day as a family. Yeah. And make sure all the phones are in a basket. You don't look at it. Yeah. That's the rule in our family. Yeah. No tablets, no phones, no television on. Right. And just make sure there's a beautiful meal. It can be breakfast, can be lunch, can be dinner. It doesn't matter. As long as you're making sure there are really good plates, don't eat from plastic plates or, take time to create something. together, even if possible. And also put a little candle on in the center of the dining room to just, and put an intention in it. Like take a candle and just pour a positive vibration into that candle and lit the candle as you're on the dining room table. These are very small steps that you can take, but really changes the vibration. And then, of course, declutter the living room. Make sure that there's not always toys everywhere, especially when you have younger children, because otherwise your children will dominate your life. Make sure at the end of the day, you teach your children to put it in a box and it's pulled away so that people always feel welcomed in the house. And so these are some tips that really work very well. Also add some beautiful smells, like vanilla is always very calming. So like a scented candle. You can, if you feel people get restless, a candle on the coffee table with vanilla, because vanilla always calms down the nervous system of people. So there's just a few steps, and there's more of it in the Feng Shui Your Life book that they can look into that.
Let's make sure we put some hearts up for I'm about to call you Dr. Diamond. I think that's going to be another title that you're going to be earning as well. Oh my goodness. You know, I just have to do quick recaps. I mean, no plastic ever. That's like those iron hangers. No wire hangers ever. Please get rid of the plastics. I love the fact, even if you're at home, eat out of china, eat out of, with utensils, right? And I love the fact that when you walk into your home, you want it to be as inviting as possible. And you know what, Janet, I could see you right now with those current pictures. Remember, she said those current pictures of the family, because that's so important as well. Guys, this energy today, Maria, we could talk to you for hours and hours, but what we're going to do something even more special. As a group, we're going to read the Fen Shui way alongside. We're going to read your second book that you're coming out with as well. And so what we probably have to do, how many of you guys would love to have us do a read follow-up once we complete her book? How many of you guys would love to bring her back so therefore we can kind of like bring this energy? Oh my God.
Oh my God. The chats.
I would love to. I would love to.
I mean, there's so many people that's pouring in. They love you. Messages. Thank you so very much, Lolita. Thank you for Carrie Hudson. And I know the time right now, we're here with the Breakfast for Champions. We want to give this special edition a full hour. I know your time is limited, but what we would love to do, we're going to continue on speaking about you, if that's okay. So your ears are going to be ringing, okay? We're going to take it right back to the clubhouse, so therefore we can bring this amazing opportunity to closure. But before we do that, let's make sure everyone knows how to get in contact with you, with your new Fen Shui. You have your talk show that's up right now alongside the YouTube channel. And of course, with these great, powerful products that you're just pouring out of you, that's really hitting us home with all the great energy. So please, can you just recap?
Yes, of course. And thank you again for having me here. I'm so excited to come back to all of you, to have a follow-up to answer your questions. So, of course, they can go to mariediamond.com. They can go to my Instagram, at Marie Diamond Official. It's the same for my YouTube channel. So wonderful things you can check out on my Instagram, because every few days there's an amazing tutorial that you can go into. And of course, right now the TV show Feng Shui Live is still airing on Tubi, that's Fox, and I think next month it's airing on Discovery Channel. So, but yeah, please follow me, and I can't wait to see you again, all of you, and hopefully in person in December.
Before you leave, I had to show you my view, and I want everyone, don't get jealous, guys, but look at here, look at my view right now, okay? Absolutely beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Yes, yes. And it's just about that energy, the green grass with the blue waters, the blue sky. I'm here in Panama, but we want to make sure we brought you right into our lives today. I'm so grateful for your time and your energy, and we look forward to seeing you December 13th, 2024 Resurgence, guys. Let's give it up again for Marie Diamond.
We love you.
Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. Yes, and what we're going to do, superstar ladies, we're going to return right back into the clubhouse so we can close out this moment. Did you guys enjoy it? Wasn't the energy so powerful,
Great.
It
right?
was great.
She's amazing.
Oh my goodness. Well, this is just how we do it for Muses. And she was our first muse that we wanted to honor. And I'm looking forward to seeing her. Given, like you had the opportunity, Dr. Tangian, meeting her in person. What was that like, superstar?
Yes, absolutely fabulous. She is so caring and giving. Just for the smile that she has, she carries this energy that is positive, that's always elevated. You don't ever see her down, and she just gives a wealth of information. It just spews off her tongue, like we saw so eloquently done today.
Yes, you know what I love about her too? Janet, you and her, you guys reminded me so much of each other because you're so organized. You really enjoy the environment being a certain way. I love how she said candles. I was like, is she in my home? Because vanilla is one of my favorite scents, guys, vanilla and hazelnut. And so she was just talking about some of those scents. What did that make you feel like speaking to Maria, Janet? How did that make you feel?
Oh my goodness, what an honor, first of all, that was to speak with her, to get able to be, to talk, ask her a question and learning new things. I've never heard of the taking pictures of your current family right at your entrance. I love, love, love that. So I'm going to be implementing that, getting in my phone, printing out some pictures and putting them up like a little collage and make it fun in my entryway so people could come in and be like, oh, look at that. And it's so good to see you live, Renee, Dr. Tangi, and Shirley. It's so nice to see you guys.
You know what I love about her also? She says stay current. I don't know if you guys heard that. Every year you have to change those pictures. So you have to keep reinventing yourself, guys. You have to keep reinventing yourself, staying current, all right? Staying current with the family that's within the house, not just the ones that's extended. So yes, Miss Shirley, how was it for you? How did, she poured into you? What did that make you feel? Because, you were with us for the entire week of going through these different, all of her experiences. So how was that so beneficial to you today?
I mean, still definitely enlightening. I wasn't surprised because the whole week we've just been listening to her outpour of great golden nuggets throughout her books. And I mean, what it brings me back to is the intentionality of living overall, of how you treat yourself, how you treat your spaces, how you treat others, how you treat your families. And so it's kind of like sometimes we live like in autopilot, right? And so we just need to take that step back and really rethink and be intentional, be in the present moment, but also, like she says, visualize where you see yourself in the future as well. So it's just such a great, a great time listening to her. And it's just so positive, vibrational energy that she emanates. It was just great.
We just take it back just a little bit and how she spoke about her journey to where she is today. Many of us have had those tragic stories, right? Tragedy, trauma. However, we know we don't want to get stuck in those stories of the past. And in order for us to heal ourselves, we have to go through that journey, that new process, but then now start attracting new energy. And I would always encourage, because I know she loves this as well, traveling. Traveling helps you to really enlarge not only your space, but it sometimes gives you the opportunity to change that environment. So therefore, it could be a lot more welcoming for where you're going, especially not where you're going just in home, but where you're growing yourself. And that's one of the great things I just truly appreciate about Marie Diamond. Well, beautiful ladies, this has been our first edition, and truly it has been not only an awakening, but it was wonderful to kickstart it off with you all. And let me just say this, pink definitely looks really good on you. That's one of your colors as well.
It looks good on her.
Yes, yes, everybody looks incredible, guys. If you really appreciate this segment, please blow us up, let us know, and we will be bringing Marie Diamond back to the center stage. So without further ado, guys, I'll see you all in the clubhouse as we wrap up today's special edition with Marie Diamond. Thank you, guys.
Renee.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.